Hello guys and girls, this is Jack Williams. Welcome to the Be More podcast and Happy New Year. It is the 1st of January. If you are watching this on the day of release, or if you are listening to this at any point, welcome to the podcast. If this is your first time listening in, a massive Happy New Year. So today is going to be all about, a lot of people will have New Year's resolutions, goals that they want to achieve this year. And today's podcast is going to be short, it's going to be sharp, but it's going to be all about what are you going to do about that goal. And it's all about setting in place a plan of action, a daily plan of action for you to follow to help you achieve your goals. And every single goal, by the way, whether it be anything you're working towards, it could be fitness, it could be weight loss, it could be a business goal, it could be career-based goals, it could be financial. They all can be reverse engineered into what can I do? Let's say it's a year away, that realistically that goal could take a year to achieve. What could be monthly checkpoints? What could be weekly things that you have to do? And what could be daily things that you can do that can move you closer to your goal? Because I hope by now, at this point of listening to this podcast, if you've been listening to this for a little while now, you're in the mindset of someone who's got a growth-based mindset, where there are two types of people. Those who have a growth-based mindset where they think if they set a goal, they can achieve it. It's just a case of doing the work. And then there are people that are fixed, and they are people that typically are quite negative. They seem to think that they are just the way they are, and that's just the way it is, and there's not much they can really do about it. They're kind of like victims to just the way they are. Whereas in reality, anyone can do anything they wish, but it has to all come down to having that desire in the first place, and then what are you willing to do daily? And for things to change, you have to change. Like for things to get better, you have to get better. And what things can you do daily that can become habits for you that will make your end goal inevitable? So having that growth-based mindset of thinking, do you know what? If I just can change some habits, things that I do daily, the end outcome is inevitable. So for me, I've got lots of different goals for 2022. In fact, I don't have lots of goals. I've got very clear, specific goals. And one of them is just to become the best version of myself. So I'm always on the lookout for things that can help me to achieve that. And I was chatting to Robin about, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And she said in the new year, I'm going to do 75 hard. And I've known of 75 hard for quite a few years now. I used to listen to Andy Frisella's podcast. I do every now and then as well. It's a really good podcast. Very driven, inspirational guy, no bullshit type of guy. And his podcast is all about that. And he basically put together this 75 hard focus plan, program, if you want to call it. And basically all it is, I say all it is, it's actually quite a lot. But it's a mental toughness challenge. That's the main idea behind it. It's like a discipline challenge. And for me, I love that. So I'm very excited to start today, especially after getting on the scale this morning and seeing that I've put on 10 pounds over Christmas from eating loads of rubbish and being an absolute pig for the last 2 weeks over the Christmas break. I assume a lot of people will be in the same boat. I feel today is the day where I draw a line in the sand, no more rubbish, and this 75-day straight plan presents me with a challenge to get my teeth stuck into, to really go and help me build those habits and eliminate the bad things that I don't want in my diet. So basically the 5 checkpoints for 75 hard is to follow a diet. So basically 0 cheat meals for the entire 75 days. The second point is work out 2 times a day for at least 45 minutes, and 1 has to be outside. So for me, one of them is I always train in the morning anyway, most days. So for me, that's no problem. It would be the second one. But I think the one can be a walk, by the way. So it can just be going out for a walk in outside, which is, I think, good for mental health anyway. So that for me will be something I'm looking forward to doing. The third one is to drink a gallon of water a day. And I think Robin said this to me this morning, this was 4.5 litres. Again, something I'm normally pretty good at, but something I maybe don't do at weekends sometimes. So definitely excited to tick that one off. Read 10 pages of a non-fiction entrepreneur book a day. So something I normally do anyway, which is great. But doing it 7 days a week will be amazing. And then number 5 is take a progress pic every single day. So something I will make a habit for the 75 days. And that will be something that I can basically see in the journey, the progress, and to hold me accountable to. So there's 5 things there that something that for me, I'm normally very, very good anyway, probably 90% of the time. But me and Robin often at weekends, we'll have some treats. Fridays, Saturdays, typically we would do that. On Sunday, we'd have a big roast dinner. So whereas in this challenge, it's going to eliminate all those little bad habits at weekends that I've got that have slipped into my life, which are great, by the way, they're fine, but I'm excited to just eliminate them just for these 75 days to see just how different I feel to be disciplined, not just for 5 or 6 days a week, but for 7 days a week and for 75 days in a row. So this isn't a call to say, come and do 75-day hard with me. Or 75 hard with me. It might be. You might go look at 75 hard and go, do you know what? I fancy that. I fancy really pushing myself, and that'll really help me achieve my goals. But this is just a call for you to really set a plan in place that you can follow. For me, this isn't a massive, I would really recommend, by the way, if you don't exercise at all and your diet's been crap for years, going straight into 75 hard is probably not a good idea. That it's going to be massively overwhelming for you to go from such zero activity and crap diet into amazing diet and lots of activity. You're just going to burn out. Your body isn't going to be used to it. It's like trying to go in the gym, having not gone to the gym ever and putting the treadmill on the maximum speed. You're just going to fall off. Or if you're trying to bench 100 kilos when you've never bench pressed in your life, you're just going to fall off. You're just going to drop the bar on you, right? So don't do anything that's stupid that you can't maintain. And by the way, this is one of the massive killers of New Year's resolutions, is people go in too hard too soon with a goal and they can't stick to it, and within 2 weeks they're done. And by February they're looking for the next plan and they're constantly looking for the next shiny object. Whereas for me, this isn't too different to what I normally do anyway. It's just a little bit more disciplined. It's just a little bit more than I would do in my normal life. So, but it's enough to give me motivation, to get me excited, and to elicit a different result, a new result, which I'm excited to go and do. But I would say if you have a goal, set a plan in place, but don't make it so ridiculous that as soon as life gets in the way, you then can't follow through, which means your self-talk then drops, which then means you're not in a good place and you're going back around in circles again and beating yourself up. This isn't the idea of what I'm trying to suggest, but if you don't have a plan for the way you're going to go and achieve your result, you are not going to get there. It's like having, it's like me getting in the car and saying, right, I'm going to go to Manchester, but not having a sat nav, not having a map, not having any road signs. The goal would be great, it's the destination of Manchester, but I'm not going to get there because I don't know where I'm going. So you have to have a clear plan in place for what you're going to do and how you're going to navigate your way from where you currently are to where you're going. So really sit down and think, my goal is clear in my mind now. I have this resolution. I have this thing that I want to achieve in 2022. This is going to be my year. And I say, amazing, great. The next thing I say is, what's your plan? And if you don't have a plan, you're going to struggle. Within a week, you're going to be going, I'm not really sure what's going on here. So sit down and spend some time. What are you going to start to do? What are things that you can implement daily that can help you to move towards your goal? And it might be, if you want to lose weight, is to be healthier with your diet and to do 10,000 steps a day. That could be more achievable, or it could have a 70,000 step per week target, because some days you only do 4,000 steps because life gets really busy. No problem. It's not a bad day. It means you can make up for it within the week. Having that type of plan in place then gives you something that you can go and execute on and tick off as you go, to then help you move from where you are to where you want to be. And that is the point. For things to change, you have to change. What are you going to change about what you currently do? Because if you keep doing what you're currently doing, it's great that you've got this goal, but I'm sorry, you're not going to move any closer to it. It's just going to become a dream that never becomes a reality. You have to go and change the things that you do to create a different result. Everything is based on cause and effect. If you want a different effect, you've got to go and do a different cause. Right, so it's just about changing what you do daily. So yeah, I'm very excited. I will be documenting the 75 hard through my Instagram stories a little bit. There's some friends that I've got that are doing it at the moment and like 30, 40 days in, and they're feeling amazing. So I'm really excited to do it. And I would say to someone, if you're liking this podcast, but you're not massively into your training yet, I probably would encourage you not to go in something this intense straight away. If you want to, great, go and do it. But build yourself up to something like this. But this could be something you could achieve maybe for quarter two, the second quarter of the year, because the first quarter you built a foundation, you started working on basic things in your daily routine of going to the gym regularly, getting better sleep, improving your nutrition. You start reading a book every month or whatever. You start getting into these positive habits and developing yourself, and then maybe push yourself in towards doing something like 75 hard at a time that might be a little bit more suitable. But if you're listening to this and you go, I'm really liking the sound of this, and you want to go in and go and get it done. Like, I've downloaded an app on my phone called 75 Hard. I think it costs like £4, but well worth it, because it gives you checklists every day where you tick off once you've done each thing, and you actually upload a photo of yourself to this app, and the app, I guess, will just keep track of the photos so you can plot your progress almost. The photos don't go anywhere as far as I'm aware, so you don't have to worry about other people seeing you naked or whatever. So yeah, get on and get yourself accountable. And regardless if you're doing something like 75 hard or whatever, if you have any type of goal, you've got to know where you are now. That's why taking a progress photo is so good. But it might not even be fitness or physique that is your goal. It might be finances. Take a screenshot of where your bank is at now. Take a screenshot of where your wealth is at right now, and know where you are. Because you've got to know where you are before you start, right? And then start from there. What's your plan? Where do you want to get to, and how you're going to go and change the current result? Okay, so hope that's brought some value to you guys and girls. Just a short one today, but it's all about having a clear plan. If you don't have a clear plan, you can't complain when you don't get the result that you wanted to get, because you've not gone and sat down and really made a plan and then executed on that plan. So it's about setting a plan and then taking action on the plan and going and getting it done. And by the way, there was a great video that I listened to this morning from Jim Rohn. I think it's called Take Action in 2022. It's 10 minutes long. I was listening to it whilst I was in the shower, and it was brilliant. So that could be something to add into your plan whilst you're really exercising the imagination and getting this plan down on paper, and then starting to execute on your plan to move you closer to where you are, from where you are to where you want to be. So all the best, guys and girls. This is the Be More podcast. We'll be back soon. Have a great day. Happy New Year. Let's get after it.